Hey, Ben, America's Baseball Camp. Just touching base, watching your swings from the Arizona camp. Thanks for coming to camp, and just want to go ahead and get started here with a few tweaks and things that I see. Just want to back it up here, and let's first talk about our stance in regards to the start of our swing. Stance looks pretty good. You do start with a little bit on the weight on the back side, a little bit open, and that's fine. Your hands are in a good position. Your head's on the baseball. Your knees are inside of your feet, so everything looks pretty good in regards to your stance and your start. I do want to talk a couple things in regards to make sure that when you get that bat going that you don't get too much movement. You can see there's a lot of swinging of the bat, and you're going to get away with that for guys that don't throw as well, but guys that throw pretty good. Just make sure that doesn't have too much sway in that bat here. There's a lot of bat movement, and you'll notice a lot of good hitters on TV. They'll kind of control that and make it more quiet. So it's just a timing mechanism that you have, and that's fine. Just make sure that you really quiet it down early and get yourself ready to hit. When you do transfer back, we almost go too far back in regards to our weight, where you're almost even. You always want to keep this knee inside of our foot. So see this knee, if I draw a straight line down, you want to keep it in there. And as if you go to get yourself loaded, you almost come too far back with your body. So make sure that knee stays in. You can maybe turn your toes in. Just make sure you don't go too far backwards with your weight. Make sure you keep your posture too. You kind of, as you get yourself loaded, if I look from your belly button up, make sure that posture stays nice and tall. You are coming over just a hair. A biggie is, the next thing I see is watching your front foot. So let me put a little circle around this front foot. Let's just watch that front foot here. You can see how that front foot, this is a big one, that this really opens up. And before my swing even starts, that front hip is already exposed and that front foot is open. That doesn't want to be ever past a 45-degree angle. So you'll notice right now that your foot, that heel is facing more this fence, and I want that heel to be facing more on this dugout over here. So if I just take this, you want that heel right now to be facing over there. And that's pretty important because you need to hit against a firm front side whenever you're hitting. And you'll notice right now that your hip is exposed and your front side is opened up. So what that does is it creates you to hit a lot with your arms and with your body. And we should be able to get a lot more out of your swing. So we're trying to engage that lower half more. And if you keep that front side closed, then I can hit against a firm closed front side. But as you can see right now, with that foot open, I don't get a chance to do that, and I'm going to be a lot more arms, and it's not going to be too strong because everything's already open. You can see my front hip is gone, my front foot is open, so everything's just arms when you hit, and that just doesn't work at the next level. You have to make sure that you fix that. So that's a big one. I would also finish with our head more in the hitting area. You can see that it's looking more out in the field because that front hip is open and that front leg is open. So make sure you finish with your head on the baseball, and that's going to make a big difference in regards to keeping you hitting the ball the other way and hitting the ball with some power to all parts of the field. Again, when you get yourself loaded, don't come over. You can see that front foot's beginning to open up again on me. So be careful of that. But we're working over a push. When your hands drop, it's more of a push to get your hands through the baseball. So make sure you keep those hands up at this point. Still want those hands to be a little bit higher. And that angle here, because we want to start working downhill more. What you're doing is you're kind of dropping your hands and you're kind of just pushing them through the zone and getting underneath the ball. And that's going to kind of, again, lose some power because of that front hip opens, that front foot opens, and my hands drop, and I just muscle my way through the baseball. So keep those hands nice and high, keep that front side closed, and you can begin to work downhill. So what I would do is I would focus on also, for a little bit of a drill, get a tee or a bucket and turn it over, and this would be a tee on top of a bucket or a box, and where you can really put that ball up on top, and you can start to work downhill to get your hands up high and working on driving that baseball and getting on top of the ball and working down. What I would also do at the end of your swing is freeze right there and check your hip out. You know, it should be very easy for you. Your eyes need to be over in this area. This hip needs to be more closed, and that front leg needs to be pointing more at the first base dugout, which right now you'll see it pointing more at the first baseman. So I do a lot of tee work. Hold your finish. I would really don't get too much loaded back. Close off that front side. Those are the three, four, five things to really get in great routines with, so you can really master those and help them get you to the next level as far as for hitting. I know this is kind of soft toss, but make sure you really get after that ball and take those hips and hit against that firm front side. That's going to help your power as well. So hopefully this helped you, and we wish you the best this season, and look to hopefully have you back at camp real soon. But hopefully you have a great season.